I love to tell people I know where these characters come from. I don't know where Temple Galt came from, except that he just walked into my head, and I can see him even now. In fact, I wonder sometimes, my fans still ask me, is he really gone? Because they don't really want him to be. And I believe he really is, but I'll let you know if I find out otherwise. But the interesting thing about the Temple Galt scenario is what the real focus when you first get into Cruel and Unusual is this inmate who's on death row, and who when we have his execution. And probably a lot of people don't know that what gave me the idea for that is, first of all, there was a very old prison in Richmond, they called it Spring Street, and it was in the process, it was about to be demolished, and I got a tour of it before it was torn down and saw the old wooden electric chair that was actually built by the inmates, and I was quite fascinated by death row and old prisons and things like that. It was and I got a taste of it, and so I wanted to open with the idea of this guy who's waiting to meet his death in not a pleasant way. Electric chair was, I think, very cruel. I actually saw one of the autopsies I saw towards my latter time in that office was an execution. I came into the morgue around midnight to watch them autopsy this inmate who had just been electrocuted in the electric chair. And what I'll never forget is that his body temperature was, not only was he not cool like you would expect after someone just dies, it was like he had a terrible fever because he'd been so heated up by the electricity, and I was rather horrified by the whole thing. And he came in with a nosebleed. It was all very, very strange and spooky and creepy and cruel. So I wanted to start with something like that, but then here's this guy who's now supposedly dead, and crimes begin to occur and his fingerprints are found. How's that possible? And of course, there is a reason that it's possible. So Cruel and Unusual was again my doing what I think I've done ever since. I take technology like the automated fingerprint identification system, having a database for fingerprints, now digital, not just the 10-print cards, and I wanted to take emerging modern technology and also turn it on itself. Because for everything that can be used for good, there's a way to cheat it and make it blow up in your face. And that's something that Scarpetta has had to deal with in all of the books. I'm not just going to show you how it's done, I'm going to show you how it's undone. I don't know why. I write my books organically, so a lot of times people ask me why I make certain decisions, and it doesn't feel like I'm the one making them when I write these books. And when Mark James needed to have what I call an inevitability, which is a euphemism for something not so nice to occur, it just seemed to happen. And maybe it's a part of me trying to explore the range of emotions that Scarpetta has. Like, how many colors does she have on her palette? And is there another one that can emerge? Because that's part of the challenge of having a repeat character. And I was faced with that very early on in the series, is who is this lady? How is she going to react to this? Is this somebody she should be with for all eternity, or something bad about to happen? And that's been a consistency in the series, even up to the 20th, that people either have read or are about to read, that I'm always putting her through something different, or maybe she's always putting herself through something different to keep this character very flexible and very vital, very real.